you?
Yeah, offense and defense. Turnovers, live ball turnovers continue to haunt us in some of these close games. Take away live ball turnovers and a couple of their offensive rebounds. Probably sitting here feeling a lot different. Transition defense, too. Off of makes, too, at times. It's something we've talked about all year. And I want to say it before I forget. I don't think I would, though, but I'll continue my sentence because it was rocking in there. And I want to say it on the front end. We've struggled as of late. And I'm really appreciative to our fans that came, and they were loud, and they were a big factor. And it shows the commitment to men's basketball here. Our administration's done a great job. I'm really appreciative. Our fans were awesome. And we've got to continue at home to learn that when you score, they can be as loud as they want. That's great. You can't jog back. This isn't high school basketball. You can't look up in the crowd. I mean, we're not good enough to do that. Maybe some team, we're not good enough to do that. So on Monday, we'll continue to work on sprinting back and getting in a stance and getting matched up if we're going to be competitive on Wednesday.
Coach, I sense a little more frustration with you today, and maybe a little bit on the sideline during the game. There was just some things that seem to really aggravate you. I mean, obviously, it's late in the game here, and you've got a big ship you're trying to turn around.
Yeah.
What's your message going forward, and how do you feel about kind of what you've done at this point?
We've got to guard a lot better. We've got to make simpler decisions with the basketball. We just did some stuff tonight that you can say out of character, but when you're saying that as often as we're saying it, that you know, unfortunately, that's our character right now. That again, some of the live ball turnovers, some of the other turnovers, some of the ill-advised fouls, some of the just getting out of a stance and not understanding that a screen's coming and dying on a screen and giving up a big three. Those things add up, and you can't win in this league unless you're more accountable than that, disciplined than that. And unfortunately, you know, throughout this losing streak, we spent a lot of time focused on those things, and we didn't see as much carryover as we'd like to see. I mean, we just gave up 88 at home. When I feel like in practice we've gotten a lot better defensively here in the past couple weeks. It's just it's unfortunate. And this, you know, I'm sitting here for 10 minutes talking about us. Florida's an NCAA tournament team. They're really good. They're doing a great job. They share it. They're long. They're skilled. They're incredible on the offensive glass. They got stops and forced turnovers when they needed to.
Coach, we talked a lot about turnovers. Russell had 5 today, led the team. A lot of those kind of come in the high post. How do you make sure that he's able to protect the ball a little bit better and get it out of his hands?
We're going to work on the same things on Monday. You know, he's got some reads. Sometimes we make some emotional decisions as young people to where, you know, I know this is the action and I know this is the read and I know these are my checks. But I'm going to call an audible, and some of us do that. It happens too often right now on this team. It's been harped on a bunch, and it'll continue to be harped on. Because at times offensively, you know, especially early in the game, we were really good, and we were clicking, we were executing, we were sharing it, and sometimes that ball sticks. Again, it's maturity, it's understanding how to win, it's emotions, and I think it's some of the same characteristics that we possess as a team. I say we, it's all of us as a program. We've got to get past this, that lead to, we had probably 5 or 6 fouls what are we doing here? You can't win big SEC games with some of the emotional decisions that we're making.
Looked like you guys wanted to get Dylan in the game early. Did he get poked in the eye?
He did, and other guys just got into a rhythm, and before you know it, he's been over there for a while, and probably should have called his number in the second half, in retrospect. But, yeah, he's practiced really well lately, and we'll continue to try to get him experience.
Coach, whether it was Silas or Noah or Justin, it seemed like in the first half you guys kind of got what you wanted in the paint, and you were able to get into your actions and kind of get down here with the basket. Did you guys get away from that in the second half? What happened in the scoring drought?
I think that the road team, when they can collect some turnovers and get out in transition and get some easy ones, it's just generally speaking, guys, sometimes that fuels you a little bit defensively. I thought Poland did a good job defensively in the second half, staying in front of our guards. But again, it's just you take 10. You can take some of the empty possessions, an open three, a good look, a free throw didn't go. We can't control all of that, and we're going to continue to preach here that you can win games despite that. But the other 10 possessions, the turnovers, easier to control some of those. So you get 6 or 7 of those back, instead of 82, you've probably got 90. We still gave up too many.
You mentioned another sellout crowd. Are you confident about having everything you need here to get Georgia basketball on the championship front?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to get it done here, and we're going to be prepared on Wednesday. We're going to have a great practice on Monday. I wish we could practice in an hour. I'd like to go get a bite, maybe some more caffeine, get right back to it. But unfortunately, we got to take off until Monday. But again, I'm super appreciative. I'm really disappointed, and I don't talk. I haven't done this much in my career, but I was really impressed. Mid-second half, we go on a little run. It's really, really loud in there. As loud as I've heard it a couple other games this year, which is as loud as I've ever heard it in this building. And you look up, and I said, at one point, actually, I looked around the entire arena and realized, whether it was full or almost full or what have you, I looked up and said, my gosh, this place is full, and we've struggled lately. I don't want to repeat our losing streak again right here. You guys are probably going to write that. But the fact that despite us losing the way we're losing in the environment that we just got, it's exciting, and I'm disappointed for our fans. I'm more disappointed for our guys because they're the ones putting in work every day, and I really look forward to getting back to it on Monday.